Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving in and playing some more Crusader Wars, the mod that allows you to play out your wildest fantasies, the awesome campaign of Crusader Kings 3, along with the epic battles of Total War in a seamless transition. And we are, of course, back with the awesome Lord of the Rings mods for both respective games, of course, Realms and Exiles and the Dawnless Days mod. Both mods have actually received pretty large updates, so I thought now would be the absolute perfect time to dive back in and see if we can shape the course of Middle-earth. I also, as well, really want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to the Realms and Exile guys, because this looks absolutely incredible. This Gondorian table with the brand new map, you even have some tomatoes there on the left-hand side. It is just really impressive, and this whole transition is very cool. But yes, today we're going to be playing as Gondor. Obviously, the idea is to destroy Mordor. That is going to be our main plan of action, and this will probably be a trilogy of videos. The first video is obviously us just preparing for the inevitable war of Mordor. I think it takes about 10 years to prepare, fighting the initial battles, and hopefully getting the upper hand in the war. Then the second episode will, I'm hoping, be us crowning Aragorn and the return of the king in our most direst of hours. And then the final episode will be us destroying Mordor. At least that's the plan. We'll see if it goes anything like that. But I'll leave a playlist to the entire series down below in the description. So if you guys want to go ahead and check it out, you can do so. Or just watch these as a one-off episode is absolutely fine. But we definitely have some things to do inside of Gondor before we do inevitably go to war with Mordor. Of course, setting up the characters, setting up the legacies is going to be pretty important. We have some nice bonuses we can do by improving our heroic bloodline. The nice thing, though, about playing as Gondor and just diving in is we are in a pretty good state. Even though the Empire is pretty small compared to its former glory, we are still in a pretty nice position to start building settlements immediately. I think one thing we're going to obviously have to try and do is just build up as many good defenses as possible. We want to try and grab anything that gives us more soldiers, more levies, because that's going to translate for when we actually end up diving into Total War Atilla to fight out the battles. So yeah, grabbing these military camps to give us more levies is going to be very, very important. So I'm going to do that across the settlements, especially in these crown lands. Grab as many of these places as possible. Yeah, the recruitment grounds are just important. And then finally, we're also going to want to try our best to grab as many men-at-arms as possible, because these will directly correlate to the troops inside of Attila. For example, these guards for Citadel will be some either Fountain Guard or Citadel Guard in the Dawnless Days mod. Yeah, let's grab a unit of Gondorian footmen. We'll upgrade that to as much as we can, and that's basically what we'll be spending the majority of our money on in the early game. Okay, here we go. The first event that we have in the story of Middle-earth, the Stewards of Gondor. For 25 generations, the Stewards of Gondor have kept a vigilant watch over the lands of Gondor, serving as its keepers and the highest authority until the return of the rightful claimant. The kingdom's strength is waning. To the east, the great shadow stirs, a nameless fear beside a nameless fear besiege the eastern shores. Patrols vanish without a word, and tradesmen are hurried along the coast. In this hour, a burden lies upon Steward Denethor II. He is a man loved by few, grim and stern by nature, often scolded in the White Tower. His bearing is as a king of old, shrewd and wise in his conduct. Uncertain is the future of Gondor. It stands on a razor's edge, and a single breeze could cast it down into the depths of darkness. But likewise, it could perhaps be restored to its former greatness just as quickly. And there we go. There is an evil in Mordor that does not sleep. Let's go. This is going to be really interesting to see if we can withstand the onslaught from there. But something as well to mention is the brand new update does come with a whole lot to the west now. So you can play as like the Shire. You can play as all of the Elven factions now, which is really cool. You can even play as Gandalf, I believe. Yeah, Aragorn is right here with the Dunedain. I believe Gandalf is somewhere around here as well, which is pretty interesting. They even have over here in Valinor as well, you even have the elves as well over off to the west, which again is pretty goddamn cool. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and see me take on any of the new challenges, the dwarfs have also been added as well, so you can play as Dane or you can play as the dwarfs moving to try and retake Moria. So if you want to see more of this, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to go ahead and do another playthrough on this, whether it's the dwarfs, the elves, the Dunedain, the hobbits. Really anything would be a ton of fun. So yeah, just let me know. I'm also going to probably try and grab a unit of Aphelion Rangers as well and start building these up, because Aphelion Rangers are brutal in the Dawnless Days mod. And that's something we have to constantly be thinking of as we're playing through this campaign, is what's going to be good and actually help me win the battles in the Dawnless Days. Stuff like Aphelion Rangers, just having a good sturdy front line like the Gondorian Footmen, and of course working down towards like Armored Horsemen, which will be like Swan Knights, is going to be, yeah, invaluable. Something like House of Warriors is also not going to be a bad idea to pick this up, because it does give you more prowess, which I believe the stronger your knights are, again, allocates to just more heavy cavalry in the Dawnless Days mod when we fight the battles. So working down this is going to be a pretty good idea. I also think as well it does give us more knights. I think we do need to invite some more to court to go and give us, yeah, we definitely want to invite some more to court, because the more of those we have, the better, and the higher value they are, the stronger they are as well. Look at this absolutely beautiful throne room as well. The Realmlands and Exiles, guys, it just never fail to impress us whatsoever. Like, it just looks so impressive right here. Oh, nice. We can even get ourselves a pet cat. I feel like Denethor would very much like a pet cat. Maybe it would stop him from being so grumpy, you know, all the time if he had a little cat moving around the throne room. He could even maybe call it like Elisar or something, you know? That'd be absolutely perfect. Okay, we can still build up a few more of our companies. Let's do so. Let's get up to maybe like 200 Aphelion Rangers. And then I want about 500 of our Gondorian Footmen. And yeah, we're still making plenty of money, which is nice. One thing as well I want to make sure that I do in this campaign is coming down to Dol Amroth, and I want to make sure I build up the garrison of Dol Amroth. Oh no. Oh no, what is happening here? Oh my god, okay, cool. So yeah, the Dark Lord, who definitely doesn't exist, is sending me letters to tell me that my lords and my so-called brother-in-law is requesting his support against me. Yeah, that is not good, but also I kind of feel like I don't want to trust him, but also I want to roleplay as Denethor, and Denethor is pretty yeah, he's pretty paranoid. So we're gonna click the bottom one. We're gonna lean into that, and we're gonna accept that, you know, we are Denethor. Until Aragorn comes along, Denethor is gonna just completely mess things up. However, I also like to think that Boromir and Faramir are doing everything they can to kind of see Gondor united once again. So we are going to go ahead and try and start training the commanders, improving the army as best we can. We're going to focus in probably on domestic affairs for now, just to again try and make people okay that our father is a madman. And then finally, I think, yeah, organizing, collecting taxes is going to be a good idea. And obviously religious boons are going to be good. And then I think, yeah, just obviously, you know, disrupting schemes is going to be important. We don't want to, you know, the Dark Lord to kill us or anything. And it's pretty appropriate, honestly. The lifestyle that the Steward of Gondor is really well at is actually the stewardship lifestyle. I'm pretty sure this is random every time, but again, we'll take it. He's got both points in very, very good stats, so that's going to help us out massively as we continue on to upgrade the infrastructure of Gondor. What we can do every 5 years is also glaze into the Palantir, which is good and bad. It can provide us with some pretty bad negative effects, but it's also kind of funny. I mean, yeah, look at Denethor. He doesn't really look too happy with what he's found. And I think Denethor would definitely delve deep into the Palantir. He will let it corrupt his mind. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go into it. There's a 33% chance that we'll get some good benefits, and boom. I mean, what has the Palantir ever done bad for us? We are indeed being overwhelmed by stress, but we are seeing the Noldor refugees in the lands of Rivendell and the Misty Mountains, again, finding pretty negatives. However, we can go ahead and become athletic, but again, I think, you know, Denethor would just become a recluse, so we're going to accept that. Then we look off far into the east. We find the Golden King giving tribute to the Dark Lord himself. It's never going to be a good sign whatsoever, and we have returned once again. Now, I'm not sure if in this patch they have made more events fire with this, because previously there wasn't that much to do with the ring, but I think in the newest update you can actually like search for a ring, and there's a whole storyline along with that, which is actually pretty interesting. Oh, and here we go. So quickly, the Dark Lord has risen against us. A holy war for Aphelion. Now, he only actually has 11,000 troops, which isn't actually that scary, though granted, he is just going to spawn many more. So we will rally the men. Luckily, as I said, we have been focusing heavily on our levies. I am going to give it a little bit of time because I did just upgrade them once more, but we have a decent setup here. And let's get ready to dive just straight into our first battle against the Dark Lord. And it's going to be pretty interesting if we're going to be able to obviously defeat him this early on. I doubt it. I hope that he does have overwhelming forces and he is going to at least push us back to West Osiliath. Okay, so we are being attacked in the north. Let's go and meet them. Like, I thought this army is really, really well off. And the Dark Lord doesn't actually have that many. Okay, so he's got a few more 1,000 men here. And he'll get loads of event spawns in as well, which is going to be pretty scary. But I want to just, like, pin down this army and defeat it in open battle. You know, when Gandalf asked me, where are Gondor's armies? I'm going to be able to tell him right here, Gandalf. They're in Athilion and they're fighting for glory and honor. Okay, so here we go. The battle has been raging on a little bit, honestly, just mainly because of the, just mainly because of the soldiers reinforcing, and they do have a very good Nazgul in command of it, Ovatha, the Black Horseman. We, of course, have High Lord Angbor of Lamadon over here. I think he's one of the Lords of the Thieves. So it's really simple with how this mod does work. All you have to do is just go and obviously make sure that you've got the all characters enabled, so you can play as anybody, and then just click 5 battle yourself, and it will just, it will go ahead and pause the ongoings of CK3, and it will open Total War Atilla. You're actually inside of the Attila once the game has launched it with the mods that are required. All you have to do is go down to battles, go ahead and select the difficulty. We'll play on legendary difficulty, and then you just dive in, and boom, look at that. All the soldiers have been built up. They've been grabbed. Now, as you'll see, my Gondorian soldiers that they've generated from the militia units that I have are going to be under the coat of arms of the faction that I'm playing. So because we don't have Denethor, they're not going to be Gondorian. We have whoever this lord is, the Lord of Lamb, whatever it was, I can't remember. But yeah, this is going to be his coat of arms from the Thief of Gondor. We also have our extra soldiers as well from our actual men-at-arms. So all the Citadel Guard is going to be basically unbreakable. And we also have our Aphelion Rangers as well. You'll see as well with the AI, look at, they get a lot of good soldiers as well. Them trolls that they get access to are going to be brutal on the battlefield. And here we go, our army has been built. Granted, for once, we actually outnumber them heavily, which is kind of crazy, but they also kind of have the quality over us with them trolls and other units. Is going to be pretty hard because, yeah, as you can see, these levies are not going to be very good. They're very basic infantry, nothing too crazy. The infantry, yeah, again, nothing that mad. We do have, obviously, the Gondorian warriors as well. They're going to be pretty useful. We have a handful of these infantrymen and then the Citadel Guard, who should basically be able to win it for us. Definitely one downside we have to this battle for sure is just the sheer lack of cavalry. We basically have, what, 2 units? Yeah, 1 unit of horse right here, which do look very nice, of course, in that glorious red, but yeah, this is not going to be enough to defeat the Nazgul and the Dark Lord. So, again, we're going to rely on the Citadel Guard to basically win us this battle, just be able to outmatch the enemy's push. Okay, so here we go. The AI is now pushing closer with us. These Olokai on the front lines are going to be an insane force to beat. What else do they even have? I was too busy yapping to even look. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good Mordor army. The Orc Rabble is obviously absolute trash, but these Orc Pillagers are amazing. They have, yeah, a lot of Orc Warriors who are actually the newly updated ones, which look great. Really nice improvements there in the Dawnless days with all the new models. A lot of Archers, but it's mainly, yeah, mainly these Olokai. So let's let them come closer. We're going to immediately bring forward these Javelins to help deal with them, and it's also not a bad idea to maybe start shifting over some of our forces here. And I think even bringing up the Citadel Guard to help reinforce this as well, because they are going to just tear through. Oh my god, they stopped. They stopped. Why did they stop? I don't know why they stopped. I think it's intimidating just seeing them there. The arrow fire coming in now. Okay, we have the Javelins. Let's bring the Javelins in range. They need to really unleash hell. The trolls are coming in. Yeah, we're going to just push in and countercharge them, I think, at this point. Just go and obviously get that charge off, take that charge away from them. We'll let the Javelins move in as well. So yeah, all of these soldiers are basically just cannon fodder. Again, the Javelins, please find a mark right there. Rest of their line will be coming in. We need a lot more Javelins, a lot more infantry now pushing in as well. They even have their cavalry as well. God, they just have so many soldiers. They really do. But I say that, we have a lot more. So let's start bringing around these lines. Get the infantry up there. We also want to make sure as well we reduce the amount of casualties we take in battles like this. And yeah, get all the archers in on there. Javelins are really throwing it on the Olokai now, but they are just brutally pushing us back. I mean, again, we have some Citadel Guard here. The best unit to really deal with the Olokai. The Javelins are trying their best. Let's bring this unit back out. They also threw in some of their cavalry as well. I'm not sure if there's Nazgul in this unit. Doesn't look like it, because the Nazgul are actually showing models, and they are actually trying to outflank me as well, so we should really look to try and sort that out as well. Let's try and get some more Citadel Guard around the side. I also decided to bring up my my Gondorian infantry here as well. Let's form a nice little tight shield wall there as the cavalry comes in. That's actually their general as well, so if we can take out Nazgul there, that would not be a bad idea. Let's wrap around this militia who are actually getting hit pretty hard right there, and we obviously want to start using our cavalry as well, because yeah, our militia not going to fare well. But I say that, neither are theirs, you know. Their militia are not going to be doing too well either, which is a nice feature. But yeah, them Molokai are just not dying. And oh my god, yeah, we need more reinforcements out here for sure. And we need more javelins in on the goddamn Molokai. Bring them down. So I am hoping that the Gondorians can be, like the actual our proper infantry are going to be more than enough to deal with these lighter goblin warriors. Again, the Molokai, brutal. The front lines, yeah, I mean, there's not really much. I can only do so much, right? I can only do so much. The spears are going to be helpful. And as long as we just keep on committing the Citadel Guard. But remember as well, the Citadel Guard is going to be, you know, finite. We are going to start running out of it if we're not careful. So let's commit some more in, bring these guys around that flank, keep on pushing in, let the javelins, you know, obviously do their things. They'll start to whittle down the Molokai bit by bit. Okay, so the left flank is now starting to break a little bit. We have soldiers wrapping around. I've even got my general right here. Nice and, yeah, nice and perfect. Good little charge in there. That should be more than enough to break this unit of Orc pillagers. We'll wrap around there and rout them. Again, it does keep in mind as well, like, actually pushing on these soldiers is not a bad idea. We want to make sure that we try and kill as many as possible because, remember, the more we kill, the less are going to return in the future battles, you know. Their levies are going to die here. So, chasing them down and making sure we kill the routing units is also actually going to be pretty important. Okay, huge mass rout. I mean, that's one thing you can always expect an Orc to do is run away on the battlefield. So our cavalry will be able to run them through now. You be a little bit careful, my general. I don't want to overcommit him or anything. But yeah, let's now form up. And I mean, this battle is always going to be a pretty decent one for us considering we just outnumber. Like, if we outnumber the forces of evil, then chances are we're going to be in a good spot. So now I think, yeah, the Molokai is still just ripping the 150 plus kills on the Molokai. But yeah, if we can just kind of rout everything else, maybe the Molokai will just then break. So let's continue on. Obviously, pushing down these archers is going to be important. So let's maybe grab our cavalry and even our general can go after them now. And the rest of the soldiers can basically just close in the noose now. But yeah, I mean, everything else has been pretty easy. It's the Molokai that's still a massive issue. Okay, here we go. We've got the javelins behind the back of the Molokai. I mean, if they can't kill them now, then I don't really know what more I can do. Them javelins should be just littering the battlefield there. And taking them down bit by bit. I've also obviously brought more reinforcements on the left-hand side. The cavalry's here as well, so the cavalry can continue to pursue these archers. We're actually getting shot point blank there, which I don't like. Yeah, and the rest of the infantry there, and there you go. There's one thing the Orcs are good for, and that's a good old mass rout. So we just need to obviously deal with the trolls, and then the battle will be ours. Our general is currently fighting the trolls, though, so let's bring him back out of that and get some more infantry stuck in. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I am slightly nervous that these 3 units of Molokai are going to rout my entire army. I mean, we do still have 3 intact units of Citadel Guard, which is, you know, obviously our saving grace, but everything else is a little bit scary. We are obviously just finishing off our archers, but yeah, them Molokai are brutal, and we're going to have to obviously think of some better ways to deal with them going forward, because, yeah, we lost a lot of men to them. They got like 300 kills on that unit, 500 on this one. I mean, obviously, they're Molokai, they should be scary, but yeah, we need to think of some better ways to deal with them. And there we go. The battle did wrap up there right at the end, which we're very lucky because, yeah, battle's starting to look a little bit scary, and boom, look at this. All you have to do now is just load back into CK3 and the battle results import themselves, and it's just, yeah, a super nice super nice way of transitioning the battle. And there we go, back into the game. You can see the battle results now playing out. We are currently pursuing them, and yeah, we're throwing them back. Nice. So that's gonna be a big boon to our war effort, I think. There are also some dangerous factions as well. They want independence, so we're gonna have to deal with a civil war during this. That's not good. I mean, for now, we're going to push on again. You can see the kills as well that we lost again. Them Molokai that they have. Oh, my lord, they're scary. Oh, I think we did actually also completely wipe out some of their Black Numenorians. That's nice. We'll take that. Okay, well, let's start sieging them out a little bit. We luckily do have trebuchets on this. So, again, I think we might be able to just go ahead and claim this one right away. However, we have also now been attacked. So we are now, what, fighting a civil war? Yeah, we've got ourselves a little civil war to go on here. Okay, well, we can deal with this. We can, if we want to, also call upon the men of Rohan to rally and light the beacons, but I think that's something we're gonna wait. This war with Mordor is gonna probably wrap up fairly soon. And then, of course, we're going to have to push on elsewhere. But yeah, then we're obviously going to have to deal with this. There's a lot of soldiers there as well. Wow, this rebellion, Sauron has been laying his trickery here against us. The war is looking pretty easy. We can basically just mop up the rest of these soldiers because they just don't have the quality anymore. All their men-at-arms are dead in the war, so we can basically use the men-at-arms that we still have, just run down them. There's just a lot of Orc captains that aren't going to be a problem, so no need to really fight that battle. Again, we still have that wild in-man invasion. I actually read what it was for a second. Rebellion. I mean, to be fair, we could also just siege Minas Morgul as well if we wanted to. I doubt we could take... Yeah, we don't have enough to take Minas Morgul. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been nice. But yeah, I imagine we'll need a lot more for that. But yeah, so I actually read what was happening over here. And this actually was just a random wild man invasion. He doesn't look very wild, but it's fine. We'll go over there. We'll deal with that random adventurer who kind of came, I guess, the most opportune time for him. We are going to force, I think, a enforced demand just to gain a bit of piety, some money. We can use that money amazingly. And this will definitely be a kick in the nuts for the Dark Lord. Yeah, he will accept it. Cool. Nice. Perfect. Boom. There you go. The first war for Aphelion won pretty handsomely. I wasn't even that up against it, like, if I'm being completely honest. So now let's disband the army, and then we'll re-raise it, and I'll go deal with the rebellion. But yeah, the most important thing is look at how much money we now have. So we can actually go and start raising up a couple more soldiers. Let's get up to 1,000 Gondorian footmen, and let's go up to maybe, I don't know, like 500 Aphelion Rangers, and then I really do want to pick up some Armored Horse as well, because that's going to be some very, very scary units. I'm hoping the Dark Lord is going to put up a bit of a threat against me, but I mean, so far, it's looking fine, I would say. We can even start to rebuild Oziliath as well. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know if we even need Aragon at this point. It is sending Plague to go ahead and get us and infect us. Luckily, it hasn't quite hit the capital yet. I haven't really been investing in Plague defense, which I guess is something I should be doing now with the new DLC and stuff. So yeah, maybe let's start building up a bit of plague resistance in a few of our settlements. Now let's also just finish off with this walking rebellion. No need to fight it. Again, we'll just destroy that, end this war, and obviously enforce our demands to go ahead and claim that one. So even though Denethor is, like, you know, a pretty haggard king, like, he's winning wars. Oh my god, and somehow this rebellion army, when I was off in the west, managed to cross the river and then sack West Oziliath. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I mean, of course we will rebuild it, even though we have absolutely no money. Okay, we need to keep up. I mean, we need to go deal with this army. We have no money to do it. I guess I could probably just raise, like, a handful of my soldiers. Let's just raise some of our men-at-arms to go... Oh, my God, they managed to get it before we could do it. Okay, well, we need to go kill this rebellion because it is just ripping through our land. We'll just send the elites to go do it. That should be enough to push back the Nazgul and then, yeah, send them packing. There you go. Good riddance. And that didn't really bankrupt us too much. Okay, so I'm currently on a hunt, and I've run into this troll lady. I don't know who else, and now I'm suddenly battling her in... Yeah, I'm currently battling her in Mortal Kombat. Well, we will say taste my steel, my glorious Gondorian steel, and we'll continue on. And look at that, Denethor is still a beast on the battlefield, defeating whatever this is, but the servant of the Dark Lord amongst our travels, and we have gained victory this day. I'm starting to think that we don't even maybe need Aragon, you know, to return. Like, I feel like Denethor's doing a pretty good job on his own. I think that's where we're going to go and call today's episode. We have done the first war against Mordor, were successful, and had a pretty cool battle along that. Then, goddamn them, Olog Highman. So yeah, in the next episode, which will probably come out at the weekend, again, I'll leave a playlist if you're watching this way in the future. That'll probably be us crowning Aragon as we progress on. The rest of the world is looking pretty bare bones. Nothing much has really happened. I think, you know, the Dark Lord losing that initial war is obviously going to really, really hurt him. But it is only a matter of time until the tribes in the south all unite against us, and we end up fighting a large-scale invasion for what is the remnants of Gondor. So if you guys enjoy this, please do be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It really does help out the channel. I am very, very grateful to everybody who does do so. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.